My loving audience take my love and subscribes my channel. And dive B&B stories. Was Eric Forrester's grand return to his own company a masterstroke of legacy, or did the old lion just hand his rivals the very weapons they needed to destroy him? It is the question that is currently setting every fashion blog and boardroom in Los Angeles on fire. Welcome back to the channel, where we are diving into the absolute carnage that just unfolded on the bold and the beautiful runways. We saw the rumors, we read the spoilers, but nothing could have prepared us for the cold-blooded calculated move by the House of Logan that has left Forrester Creations standing in the smoking wreckage of what was supposed to be their biggest night. Is this the end of an era? Or just the beginning of a much bloodier corporate war? Let's get into it. To understand why this couture show is such a massive deal, we have to look at the sheer desperation currently radiating from the Forrester camp. Ridge and Eric are not just putting on a show. They are staging a couture comeback designed to reclaim their dominance. But here is the kicker. According to internal warnings from Carter Walton, this is officially the most expensive collection in the company's history. From a psychological standpoint, this screams of an ego-driven defense mechanism. Eric isn't just designing clothes. He is trying to prove to his son and himself that he isn't obsolete. Think about that for a second. The Forresters have literally burned their financial runway on a single gamble. They have paused every other profitable line just to pour resources into this one showing. In my opinion, this is the height of corporate arrogance. They assumed that the Forrester name was enough to keep the world waiting. But they forgot one thing. The Logans don't play by the rules anymore. While Eric was busy sketching his legacy, Katie Logan was busy building a trap using Eric's own brilliance as the bait. We have to talk about the Eric Forrester problem because it is the ultimate case study in being careful what you wish for. Back in December, Eric felt disrespected. He felt sidelined by Ridge's attempt to force him into retirement. So, what does a man with a legacy that big do when he feels invisible? He defects. He went to Katie Logan and became the secret engine behind her new label, giving her his name, his eye, and crucially his actual designs. Then he changed his mind. He reconciled with Ridge and went back home, thinking he could just take his toys and go. But the Spencers aren't stupid. Bill Spencer had already paid for those designs, and on June 26th, the House of Logan launched them first. Why did Eric do this? Psychologically, he was seeking validation outside of the family structure that he felt was suffocating him. He wanted to show Ridge that he could create a powerhouse from nothing. But my interpretation is that Eric actually created his own ghost. He legitimized a rival that didn't have the history to compete, and now that rival is using his own high-caliber work to upstage him. It's a classic case of a creator being haunted by his own creation. I honestly think Eric deserves a bit of this humble pie. You can't fuel a competitor and then act shocked when they actually compete. If Eric's move was a blunder, Hope Logan's move was an act of total war. For years, Hope has been the moral compass, the good girl who always tried to please the Forresters. But something snapped. Maybe it was Ridge choosing Steffi over Brooke for the co-CEO spot. Maybe it was the realization that no matter how hard she worked, she would always be just a Logan to the people who raised her. Hope didn't just join the House of Logan. She became the secret weapon that nobody saw coming. She faked a fainting spell at her mother's dinner table, just to avoid answering questions about her secret contract. This is next-level calculated manipulation that we haven't seen from Hope before. She officially revealed herself on the Logan runway. The emotional insight here is fascinating. Annika Noel, who plays Hope, says the character is actually terrified. But she believes the risk is worth the reward. Hope isn't a designer. Let's be real for a second. She's a creative director and a visionary. She's the face that sells the brand. But she's paired up with Deke Sharp, an edgy newcomer who is doing the actual sketching. This partnership is a direct middle finger to the Forrester family tree. Interpretation. Hope is finally accepting that she will never have the keys to the Forrester kingdom, so she's building her own palace next door. My opinion? It's about time. The double standards at Forrester are insane. Ridge isn't even a biological Forrester, yet he's the face of the company, while Hope is treated like an outsider in the house she grew up in. We cannot ignore the absolute audacity of the hope for the future diamond. This blue diamond is literally the namesake of her line at Forrester Creations. And there she was, walking the Logan runway, wearing that diamond to announce a new line called Hope by Logan. It wasn't just a fashion statement. It was a symbolic theft of her own legacy from the Forresters. Psychologically, this is a power grab. She took the very thing the Forresters valued, the prestige of that stone, and used it to legitimize a rival show. The Forresters were watching from their office, and you could see their hearts sink. Their big Couture comeback was supposed to be the only thing people talked about. But now the Logan livestream has 4 million viewers and all anyone cares about is Hope. The person I feel the most for in this entire mess is Brooke. She is the one standing in the smoking ruins of her family. She spent months fighting for Hope's place at Forrester, putting her own reputation on the line with Ridge, only to find out her daughter was already on the Logan payroll. Brooke had to find out at the same time as the rest of the world. That is a scar that might never heal. Longtime viewers know that Brooke has a history of hitting the bottle and relapsing when her world falls apart. It's been 5 years since her last relapse, but the stress she's under right now is unprecedented. Her sister Katie's success is killing her inside, and her daughter's betrayal is the icing on a very bitter cake. Interpretation: Brooke is being forced to choose between the man she loves, Ridge, and the daughter she raised, Hope. There is no winning for her here. I predict a total crash and burn for Brooke this summer. Honestly, can you blame her? Her daughter faked a medical emergency to lie to her face. That's enough to drive anyone to the edge. If you think Steffi is going to take this lying down, you haven't been watching this show for the last decade. Steffi is already talking about canceling Hope's legacy forever. She wants to scrub every trace of Hope Logan from the company. But this isn't just a catfight. This is a legal minefield. Hope is technically under 2 contracts right now. She never officially quit Forrester. Analysis: this is moving from the runway to the courtroom. If the Forresters can prove that even a single pattern or sketch used on the Logan runway was intellectual property of Forrester Creations, Logan is in massive trouble. And since Bill Spencer is funding this, he's going to need some very expensive lawyers. Opinion: Steffi is right to be furious, but her obsession with deleting Hope might blind her to the fact that the House of Logan is actually producing better, edgier designs right now. While the fashion war rages, the personal lives of everyone involved are fraying at the edges. Let's talk about John Finnegan, who is currently facing an impossible choice. Sheila Carter is back, begging for a relationship with her family. She even claims she's divorcing Deacon to prove she's changed. Finn has promised Steffi he would never let her down, but spoilers suggest he is about to make the biggest mistake of his life. Psychology: Finn is a healer by nature. He wants to believe in Sheila's redemption because he needs a mother. But he is underestimating the she-devil. If he betrays Steffi's trust now, while she is already in a scorched earth mood over Hope, their marriage is essentially over. Interpretation: Sheila is using the fashion war as a distraction to wedge herself back into Finn's life, while Steffi is preoccupied with the Logans. Then we have Daphne Rose Walton, who just received a devastating diagnosis that puts her dreams of a family in jeopardy. She and Carter have been trying for months, and now Lee Finnegan has delivered the news of infertility. This is a tragic, grounded storyline that contrasts sharply with the high-gloss fashion drama. My opinion? Carter and Daphne's marriage is being tested in a way that fashion rivalries can't touch. If Carter gets caught up in the financial stress of Eric's most expensive line ever, he might not be the emotional support system Daphne needs right now. We also have the younger generation dealing with the fallout of the Logan power grab. Will Spencer is consumed by regret for not being honest with Elektra Forrester. He was helping hide the Logan launch, and now Ridge is pressuring Elektra to cut ties with him entirely. Analysis: Ridge is using family loyalty as a blunt instrument to control Elektra's personal life. He's backing her into a corner, basically saying she has to dump the Spencer boy if she wants her jewelry line back. Psychology: this is Ridge's classic Forrester way. Isolate, divide, and conquer. It's a toxic dynamic that highlights why the younger generation is so eager to rebel. There is another crack in the Forrester Foundation that nobody is watching closely enough. Zend. He has been vocal about feeling sidelined. He sees Ridge crowning RJ as the golden boy while his own contributions are ignored. Spoilers mention him facing a major professional heartbreak. Prediction: Zend is the next person to jump ship. If Katie Logan offers him the lead designer spot at Logan, especially now that Eric is gone, It would be a killing blow to Forrester Creations. A house divided against itself cannot stand, and the Forrester house is currently made of glass. So what happens when Eric and Ridge finally walk their couture models next week? Spoilers suggest they are hoping it will shift attention away from Logan, but I think it's too little, too late. The industry buzz is already on Katie's house. Logan is the hottest new name in fashion, and Forrester looks like a tired retread. My big prediction? The legal battle over Hope's contract is going to be the main event. We are going to see a courtroom drama that makes the old Sally Spectre days look like a tea party. And in the middle of it all, Brooke Logan is going to have a catastrophic relapse that finally breaks her marriage to Ridge. Hope has traded her mother's sobriety for a chance at a crown. Was it worth it? Probably not, but it makes for legendary television. Why is all of this happening at once? It's about the shift of power from the patriarchs to the next generation. Eric and Ridge are fighting to keep things the same, while Hope, Katie, and even Will are fighting for a new world order. The Logans are tired of being the catering company family. They want to be the empire. Interpretation. This isn't just about dresses. It's about class warfare and the baggage of 3 decades of rivalry. The Forresters have always used the family name to keep people loyal without ever giving them the keys to the kingdom. Now, those people are taking the keys and changing the locks. It's a fascinating look at the outsider psychology. If you treat someone like a guest for 30 years, don't be surprised when they decide to move out and buy the house next door. Now, I want to hear from you guys because this runway ambush has completely divided the fan base. Is Hope Logan a hero or a villain? Was her move a justified act of independence after years of being treated like a second-class citizen at Forrester? Or was faking a fainting spell and lying to Brooke a step too far? Can the Forrester Couture show actually save the company? Carter warned it's the most expensive line ever. If it doesn't land perfectly, could this be the literal end of Forrester Creations as we know it? Drop your theories in the comments below. Are you Team Logan or Team Forrester? Personally, I'm loving this ruthless villain era Hope, but my heart breaks for Brooke. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fashion war of the century, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps us keep bringing you these spoiler breakdowns. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications because next week's fallout is going to be absolutely nuclear. And you do not want to miss our coverage of Brooke's breaking point. Thanks for watching, stay bold, stay beautiful, and I will see you at the next runway show. Bye for now. Well, think about it for a minute. The funny thing is that for years we all saw Hope Logan as this perfect angel, right? But the reality we saw on that runway tells a completely different story. It was like watching a car crash in slow motion. You want to look away but you just can't. Hope didn't just walk out there. She marched out there and set every bridge she ever had on fire. Can you imagine what was going through her head? Psychologically, she must have felt so much pressure to finally step out of the shadows. In my opinion, this wasn't just a career move. It was a scream for respect. She's tired of being the one Logan who always has to say thank you to the Forresters. But let's be honest, faking a medical emergency to lie to your own mother? That is cold. It makes you wonder if there's any part of the old Hope left at all. And what about Brooke? She's sitting there in the office, totally oblivious, waiting for a daughter who was already planning her downfall. Brooke spent months going to bat for Hope. She put her own relationship with Ridge on the line. And for what? To be humiliated in front of 4 million people. Interpretation. Hope didn't just betray Forrester. She betrayed the one person who always had her back. This kind of trauma doesn't just go away. It's the kind of thing that breaks a person, and we know Brooke is already on the edge. If she hits the bottle again, the blame is going to land squarely on Hope's shoulders. Do you think Hope even thought about that? Or was she so blinded by the spotlight that she didn't care who got hurt? And we can't forget Eric. The man literally built the tools they are using to beat him. There is a special kind of sting when you see your best work winning for the other team. Eric thought he could just play both sides and walk away clean. But Bill and Katie showed him that the fashion world doesn't have a memory. They took his designs, they took his prestige, and then they kicked him to the curb. Analysis. Eric's ego was his undoing. He wanted to be needed so badly that he gave away the crown jewels. Now he's gambling the entire future of Forrester on a couture line that Carter says is bleeding them dry. If this fails, the company is done. Is a comeback worth losing everything you ever built? I'm not so sure. Then there's the legal side of things. This isn't going to be settled with a fashion show. It's going to be settled in a courtroom. Hope is still under contract. The patterns might be Forrester property. This could be the messiest legal battle in the history of the show. Bill Spencer has deep pockets, but the Forresters have the name. Who do you think wins that fight? Is it better to have the law on your side or the buzz? Right now the buzz is all with Logan. They are the hottest thing in town, and the Forresters look like they are living in the past. But in LA, the past has a way of coming back to haunt you. Just look at Sheila Carter. She's the ghost that never goes away. Finn is trying so hard to be the good husband, but Sheila is a master at finding the cracks. If he lets her back in, even for a second, he is choosing her over Steffi. And we all know Steffi doesn't do second place. Between the fashion war and the family drama, Los Angeles is a powder keg right now. And I think the fuse was just lit. What do you think is going to happen next? Is Brooke going to survive this betrayal? Is Finn going to lose everything for a mother who only knows how to destroy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one of them. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the bold and the beautiful. We've got so much more to talk about, and the drama is only getting started. See you in the next one. Well, think about the history here for a second. The Forresters and Logans have been at each other's throats since 1987. It started with Stephanie and Brooke, and now it's Steffi and Hope. It's like a cycle that never ends. Psychologically, it's about territory. The Forresters feel they own the mountain, and the Logans are the outsiders trying to climb it. But this time the Logans aren't just climbing. They are building a new mountain right on top of the old one. In my opinion, the Logans have finally figured out that they don't need Forrester permission to exist. Hope's move was her declaring independence once and for all. But the price of that independence might be her relationship with her mother. Was it worth it? Hope says yes, but I think she's going to regret it when the smoke clears. Do you think the Forresters can find a way to fight back against the Spencer media machine? Or are they just going to be another casualty in Bill's quest for dominance? It's a wild situation, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time. Stay bold, stay beautiful. Well, think about the final scene of the runway show. Hope walks out in that blue diamond and the crowd goes wild. It's the ultimate moment of triumph for the House of Logan. But in the back of her mind, Hope must be terrified of what she just did. Psychologically, she's at a crossroads. She has the success she always wanted, but at what cost? In my opinion, the adrenaline is going to wear off soon, and she's going to have to face the reality of what she's done to her family. Analysis. The House of Logan is built on a foundation of spite and secrets, and that never lasts. Eventually, the truth comes out, and the consequences are always devastating. Interpretation. The runway show was a short-term victory that might lead to a long-term disaster. The funny thing is that everyone is so caught up in the excitement that nobody is thinking about the future. But the future is coming, and it's coming fast. Prediction. The House of Logan is going to face a major crisis from within. Whether it's legal issues, family betrayal, or creative differences, the empire is going to start to crumble sooner than anyone thinks. And the Forresters? They will be right there to pick up the pieces. Analysis. The fashion war is a marathon, not a sprint. And right now the Logans are ahead, but the race is far from over. What do you think the biggest challenge for the House of Logan is going to be? Legal trouble? Family drama? Or something else entirely? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the bold and the beautiful. We've got all the commentary and analysis you need to stay informed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, everyone. See you at the next show.